Alright, y'all, let's rap. Let's talk about it. So, we got our pipes. We're gonna insulate our pipes. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be dope. We're gonna stay warm. We're gonna stay warm. That's gonna freeze. We're gonna make it. And then today, um, we also got a call about a freight delivery. Now, that means that not only did we get the heat working, our hot water fixed, our water leak fixed, our pipes are going to be insulated, and now we're going to get our door. And the only thing we have to do is just caulk the roof. I mean, it's hard not to get emotional about this. Just like because of everything that we've been through with this trailer, and we're like, man, like all this stuff that the person who sold it never told us. I mean, the door's one thing, but all this other stuff, and even the burners, we're gonna get the burners working, our oven's working. It's hard not to be like, at one point we were like, man, we just don't know if we can handle this, especially as first time trailer, this kind of homeowners, and with just like a flip of a switch and the the reaching out and calling and just literally just having somebody else do exactly what we've been hoping somebody would do, is just tell us, so that way we can figure out if we can do it or not. And the fact that it's happening is just like, it's just hard not to get emotional, guys. I mean, this is a huge deal. Like, not that we're not going to go on the road, because we definitely 100% are, but now it's like, now there's no rush. Because before we're like, man, if we have to go through this thing in the winter, ugh, man, we were trying to get rid of this thing before winter. But with this, it's like, chill, man. Like, you don't have to rush. So, yeah, I mean, what a Monday. Like, I don't remember exactly where it was or what the exact words were, but I think it was in my horoscope, actually. And it said that the year's going to start great. And I remember something along those lines. And then there's going to be a lot of turmoil, but it's going to end the same way it starts. And it's almost November. And I also feel like I'm really close to getting my partner back, which is like, I don't think you guys understand how hard it is. Unless you've been in a similar situation. And it's like, we missed out on a lot, as far as like things we could have done together, but we just missed out on each other. And um so now when she comes back, I don't feel like shitty. Not that I would before, but like I don't feel shitty like I can't provide. And I know that's a whole like stereotypical thing of the male providing, but it's not necessarily like that. It's just like something. It's like the way I grew up, where it's like, it's not necessarily like that. Like you as a man provide, even though my parents were fairly old school and they drilled that into me, but I think I took to that idea without the gender specifications. I mainly just stuck to it like, it's your job to provide, and I actually had that innate feeling within myself, because I remember sitting in story time in 5th grade, and 5th grade, like, I'd come to America when I was in 4th grade, and literally a year after, like still learning everything. We were reading about the Peace Corps, and I would just remember thinking to myself, that's me. Like, because that's just the kind of person that I was not only like born, but also groomed to be. Like, I don't think my parents exactly meant for me to be groomed to those things, but they wanted me to have a certain mentality. Um, and I think I like being me, I like picked the things of that mentality subconsciously that I wanted for myself. And so, you know, relating it to this situation where it's like I feel like if I can't provide a home for my partner that is warm, where she could take a hot shower, where she can cook, where she has a certain level of comfort, I don't feel like I'm providing. And it's not necessarily like a man woman thing, it's more like it's a Vlad thing. Um so to have these things come together, and I'm not gonna lie to you, like I kind of lost hope, but I kind of like I just kept reaching out to people, and I just like was really focusing on work. I wasn't focused on all this. And for them to just come together as they have, maybe not in the timeline that I was hoping, but for them to come together at all is just a testament to what like the other post was saying, that willpower. And the willpower to not stop. You may back off, you may slow down, but you don't stop. Like, you move. Even if you don't move jackrabbit speed and you move turtle speed, you keep moving, because if you're not moving, you're not progressing, you're not growing, and you're nowhere close to where you want to be. So to have these things come together is just, it's surreal. It's what my horoscope predicted, that it would end the way that it started, which is like it would end greatly. And I guess horoscopes don't lie, or I guess I maybe self-manifested it after reading it, and maybe in the back of my mind I knew that I was going to go through this and eventually at some point it would stop. Or maybe, probably the most like significant one of all, that's probably the most true, is that, you know, no matter how long it takes for me to get to something, if I have decided like this is what's gonna happen, I think that it's one of those things where it's like it's gonna happen. It may not happen how quickly I want it to, but it will happen. And so just knowing that I did what I wanted to do, what I needed to do, not only for me but for us, is something that I cannot put words to. I don't really know how to close this out, uh, on a note where it's like you can take something away, but just think about everything I just said, and just know that if you've ever been in this position, um, I guess just remind yourself that it's not it's not the pace of the journey or the destination. It's not the speed of the journey or the destination. It's about the willpower to make sure that it continues to be a journey. Solid. Stay up.